This week, President Trump invited Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman to the Oval Office for a meeting, his good friend. And this is a bit of what it looked like.
It's not about me, Mr. President.
And Trump doesn't give a fist pump. I grabbed that hand. I don't give a hell where that hand's been. I grabbed that hand.
It wasn't just the flashy meeting in the Oval Office. It was a tour of the White House. It was an elaborate state dinner. It was flyovers and musical tributes. All the fanfare you would expect for a major ally of the United States. In this case, one who, yes, plays a pivotal role in the Middle East, a trading partner with vast reserves of oil and gas. It was the kind of reception you might expect for a major ally of the United States, for an important player in the Middle East, for an important trading partner for a country that has a vital responsibility when it comes to the ongoing ceasefire in Gaza and hope for reconstruction of Gaza. So not surprising at one level that you would have a major state visit. But let's not forget, this isn't just any ally of the United States, not just any regional player. This is also the leader of a country with one of the worst human rights records in the world. This is a meeting with a leader in a country that is known for its state-authorized executions of journalists and critics, opposition leaders, and others. And most particularly, you might remember Saudi Arabia and the Crown Prince's role in particular in the torture murder of Jamal Khashoggi. Here's Jamal Khashoggi going into a consulate in Istanbul. Khashoggi was a journalist critical of the Saudi regime. He lived in the United States, so he was a US resident at the time he walked into that consulate. He went into that consulate to get papers necessary for his remarriage. And while he was in that consulate, Saudi agents grabbed him, murdered him, cut him into pieces with a bone saw, and exfiltrated the parts out of the consulate. That's what Saudi Arabia did. Now, the intelligence community of the United States did an investigation during the first Trump administration as to what the Crown Prince's role was in that murder, that grisly murder in the consulate. And here's what that report concluded. We assessed that Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman approved an operation in Istanbul, Turkey to capture or kill Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi. No minced words there. No, it might have been, he might have had some role. It was quite definitive. And what's more, apparently there was a recording of his murder and of the bone saw in operation. Here's Donald Trump being asked about it at the time, whether he listened to the recording.
It's a terrible tape. I've been fully briefed on it. There's no reason for me to hear it.
And Trump now denies that intelligence report. He continues to maintain against the evidence of his own intelligence agencies that somehow the Crown Prince was not involved. This brings to mind Donald Trump appearing on the stage in Helsinki alongside Vladimir Putin when, again, Donald Trump took issue with his own intelligence agencies and denied Russia's involvement in trying to help him win in the 2016 election. Here's Trump in Helsinki agreeing with Putin, disagreeing with his own intelligence agencies.
People came to me, Dan Coates came to me, and some others. They said they think it's Russia. I have President Putin. He just said it's not Russia. I will say this, I don't see any reason why it would be.
So Trump has a history of essentially setting aside his own intelligence community in favor of a foreign autocrat when that foreign autocrat has something of interest or value to Donald Trump. In the case of Russia, maybe it was Putin being a fellow autocrat strongman, or maybe it was Moscow Trump Tower, a massive Trump project that he hoped to consummate that would be the highest building in all of Russia and indeed the tallest building in all of Europe. Bob Mueller in his report concluded that the Trump Tower that Trump wanted to build in Russia would have been the most lucrative real estate deal of his life. Well, lucrative real estate deals are a recurrent pattern in Donald Trump's foreign policy, because what may be driving this reception at the White House, what may be driving Trump's willingness to ignore the Crown Prince's role in the murder dismemberment of Jamal Khashoggi is money. Lots and lots of money for Trump and his whole family. There have been the crypto deals in the first few months of this administration, and now there's more crypto deals and more real estate deals. Just this week, news of another crypto real estate deal in the Maldives with a Saudi real estate development partner. There are Trump Towers planned for Jeddah. There are Trump Towers planned for Riyadh. There's a Trump Tower plan now in a massive project to rebuild the historic Saudi city of Diriyah. So all of this money, millions if not billions of dollars going to the Trump family, is certainly influencing Donald Trump's fondness and affection for the Saudi Crown Prince. But it's not just his efforts to defend the Crown Prince and his human rights record. It's not just Donald Trump covering up for the abysmal human rights record of the Crown Prince. And here's another snippet of that when a reporter at the White House had the temerity, the gall, to ask the Crown Prince about murdering one of Saudi's citizens and a journalist. Here's what Trump did to intervene.
You're mentioning somebody that was extremely controversial. A lot of people didn't like that gentleman that you're talking about. Whether you like him or didn't like him, things happen.
That's right. Trump said that the journalist who was murdered was, well, somebody that not everybody liked, that things happen. No, things don't just happen. You don't just wander into a consulate and then leave in a dismembered bag of parts. No, that's murder authorized by a head of state of a U.S. resident, of a journalist. And to hear the President of the United States talk about it in those kind of terms is just disgusting. But the President wasn't done dismissing it. He also attacked the reporter for asking the question, as if it's offensive to ask a question of a foreign leader visiting about the murder of an American resident. But beyond this effort by the President, which goes back to the first administration when, as he told Bob Woodward, he literally saved Mohammed bin Salman's ass. Here he is talking to Bob Woodward.
So what happened, sir?
I saved his ass. That's what happened.
You saved whose ass?
MBS.
Yeah, by?
They were coming down on him very strongly, but I was able to get Congress to leave him alone.
So Donald Trump told Woodward that he saved Mohammed bin Salman's ass. We don't know fully what he meant by that. He certainly saved his ass by covering for him, by running interference with the Congress for him. But is there more to the story? This week we got an inclination that there just might be more to the story. And it came from Eugene Vindman, a new Democratic congressman from Virginia, brother of Alex Vindman, who was deeply involved in revealing some of the sinister activities of the Trump administration in the Ukraine scandal, when the president, on the phone with Vladimir Zelensky in his first term, essentially tried to shake down the Ukrainian leader, the Ukrainian president, to get dirt on his opponent Joe Biden in exchange for military equipment, that notorious quid pro quo that led to his impeachment. Vindman said this week that there were two calls that he was privy to during the first Trump term that really vitally concerned him. One was the call with Zelensky. The other was a call with Mohammed bin Salman. Here's Vindman on the House floor.
After the murder of journalist Jamal Khashoggi, I reviewed a call between the president and the Saudi Crown Prince. The American people and the Khashoggi family deserve to know what was said on that call. If history is any guide, the receipts will be shocking.
So what was it about that call? What does it reveal about the relationship between the president, Mohammed bin Salman, that so concerned Eugene Vindman? We need to find out. We need to get to the bottom of this, because there may very well be more to the story. Now, in addition to once again coming to the Crown Prince's rescue, redeeming him with this incredible state visit, what is Saudi Arabia getting from this, apart from the rehabilitation of the person of the Crown Prince? And the answer is a lot, a lot. Saudi Arabia is going to get F-35 fighter planes. These are the most advanced aircraft that we provide to even our closest allies. This deal by Trump now to give the Saudis these planes draws major concerns from our own Pentagon that providing these planes to Saudi Arabia, which has an alliance with China, may end up meaning that our technology and our billions and billions of dollars in investment in that technology may make its way to China. So giving these planes to Saudi Arabia may be like giving the technology to China. But overriding that national security concern apparently is all the money that Trump and the family are going to make from all those real estate deals, all those crypto deals. And it's not just the F-35s either. Saudi Arabia is getting declared a major non-NATO ally. That is a designation reserved for some of our strongest and best allies in the world. So Saudi Arabia gets that too. So you have to say this about Saudi Arabia. All these Trump hotels that will now litter Saudi Arabia, all the crypto deals, that's a lot of money, but boy, has it paid off. Paid off in the form of America's best aircraft, paid off in the form of a new defense deal with the United States, paid off in the form of rehabilitation of their leader after the murder dismemberment of Jamal Khashoggi. So that is a lot that Saudi Arabia is getting from the deal. The question is, what are you, the American citizen, getting from this deal? You're not getting more national security. You're risking American technology going to China. You're not getting your own hotel deals or anything like that. No, all the enrichment goes to Trump and his family. No, you're just getting a bill of goods. The president is not putting America first here. He is putting his own family, his own wealth, his own personal interests ahead of everything else, ahead of you. So thanks for watching tonight's video. We started doing these nightly videos as a way of identifying something really important that happened today or this week, what we should make of it, and how we can fight back. As you can see, I like to include movie clips. If you have any suggestions for other movie clips I should include in future videos, please share them with us. And thank you for following along.